I don't know what time it is. It's about that time o'clock. So I'm gonna challenge myself here. It's really cold. It's pretty calm right now, but the wind's been kicking up and blowing a bunch of snow around. I challenged myself to survive a night in the winter with minimal stuff. So I'm gonna use this slanted rock here. I got my gear and stuff. I got a firearm with me, some ear pro. I'll show you some other gear later on. But you know, got a fire pit that'll be shielded from the wind. And then there's this little section here. I don't know, someone built this, I guess. Well, not I guess, but someone definitely built this. The beavers are really learning up on structures. So this is what I have at my disposal. I'm gonna be collecting wood for the next maybe hour or two. I'm kind of in the middle of nowhere, and I have, you know, tons of lights with me. I have extra batteries, but I'm gonna challenge myself, see if I can do this. I probably won't be sleeping tonight because it gets pretty scary. It gets pitch black out here, especially when you have no direct shelter, like something that would prevent something from just walking up to you. Typically animals stay away from fires and things, so I'm gonna try to keep the fire going all night. I didn't really prepare for this too much in terms of sleep because I didn't get much sleep last night. I'm gonna start off by showing you what gear I brought with me. So obviously I got my rifle. This is a 300 blackout. I'm running some subsonic hollow points in it, and it's a 1 to 4 times optic. And then I got some backup iron sights on it, and then I got a 200 lumen weapon mounted light. I also got a flashlight in my pocket, a bunch of hand warmers in my other pockets, extra gloves. I got some ear pro that enhances my hearing, so when I turn those on full volume, I can hear much better than I can with my regular ears. So I'm going to be wearing those at night, both for if I have to actually shoot something to defend myself, and then also if you know, so I can hear things creeping up on me if they are trying to creep up on me, which I've had that happen before. That's one of the reasons why I started investing in weapon mounted lights and electronic hearing protection. So here's my pack. I got a little red light here that can flash to do SOS and all that kind of stuff. It's just like a bicycle light. I got a water purification system, so I can hook it up to this bag right here and drink out of any water source. Yeah, headlamp lighters, toothbrush, and extra batteries, an AR cleaning tool, some alcohol, wipes for disinfecting. I got an extra charger, like a cell battery thing that charges your phone like 1.5 times, one time fully and then half time. I got a poncho in case it like gets rainy or something. The space blanket, you know, it reflects your body heat. I got some stuff to start fire, or if I need to wipe my ass, I got some of that. Got some medical ace bandage that's self-sticking, some extra lighters, some magnesium, lens cleaners for my scope, some more stuff to start fire with. And I think that's all in that pocket. I don't have it super well organized, but it's good enough for, I kind of know where everything is. You know, if I'm in such a hurry that I need to get into my bag that quick, I'm probably in a lot of trouble at that point. Salami, got a fork, some stuff to write with. I got a knife in here, just a small little micro knife. It's a buck. It's actually really nice. You just pop this little beast and then real sharp little thing. And I got some peanut butter in this pocket, some natural Jif stuff. I brought some bread with me, 3 Gatorades that I'm going to be filling up with snow. I got a little mini hatchet for cutting some small wood. I got a bunch of hand warmers in case I can't get a fire started right away. More fire starters. You know, it's great to be able to make a fire like, you know, with just sticks and stones. But it's also nice to have some reassurance that no matter what, a fire will start. 2 packs of tuna, got extra ammunition. I got a shovel, a little folding shovel there. So that's all I brought with me. I'm wearing some long johns, 6 layers of clothing like I said. I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks. Boots are waterproofed, water resisted. I, you know, sprayed it with a silicone spray. But I'm pretty well set up here. I'm gonna get going searching for some wood. I'm gonna get a fire started, and then I'm just gonna keep it going throughout the day. Here we go. Although this would be a great opportunity to test my fire making skills with like some magnesium or whatever, I just want to get a fire started. I'm gonna cheat and use things like a lighter. If you're in like kind of a survival situation, you want your wood close to your fire, especially when it's wet, because you want to be drying your wood so it's ready to burn when you need it to burn. You can see that it's kind of steaming. That's all the moisture leaving the wood. Just wanted to let you know that before someone says, oh my God, the wood's next to the fire. I dug out all the snow that was under here and kind of made this little dirt bed slash chair. The only thing that sucks is the fire is melting the water on top of this boulder. It keeps on dripping on me. You kind of see it steaming. All that stuff is wet stuff. I'm also drinking a lot of fluids while I'm working. That's one thing that people don't take into account in the wintertime is you can still get dehydrated. So I've been filling up these Gatorade bottles with snow when I drink them and then put them by the fire so the snow melts, and keeping my electrolytes, water intake going. Especially when there's water all over the ground, there's no reason not to drink what's here. So I'm gonna keep on collecting wood. Just wanted to give you that little update. This is probably an absolutely horrible idea, but it looks like it makes a good frying pan, so we're trying it out and seeing how it goes. Looks like it's going pretty well. I think those are done. A little bit of smoky salami is just what the doctor ordered. Keep your fluids up. Well, after you've collected your wood, I got a bunch of wood. That's just like some kindling to get a fire started, but that's all the main wood and it goes pretty far back. It's a good time to dry your boots off during the day when you can, you know, take your shoes off comfortably. Pretty fun. Sun's about to drop. The temperatures are definitely dropping. It may not look colder, but it is. I guess probably the next time I see you guys, it'll be dark, and I'll probably try to get this flame going a little bit bigger, because it's going to be harder to keep warm soon, obviously. Okay, well, on with the challenge. I'm not covering up the lens. It's a bit dark out. Yeah. So, the flame. I don't even know if you can see my face. But, I don't know what time it is. I woke up and I was all cold and because the fire had gone out and it was like nighttime. So it's kind of surprising to wake up to that because it was still kind of a little bit daylight when I fell asleep. I figured I'd get a little bit of sleep before it gets really dark and I can't see anything like it is now. I don't know, it's just kind of funny that I woke up to it. And my back fell asleep. Like, I don't know how that happened. I've never had my back fall asleep. I woke up and my whole back was like numb and it was weird. Anyway, that is going. My knees are finally warming up. Hopefully I got enough firewood for the night. Some of you might remember my old video. Winter camping just like this, actually. Sorry, it's hard to talk because my mouth is cold, but every once in a while you want to scan the area with a flashlight just to make sure you can't see any eyes looking at you, because that's usually not a good thing. It's usually how horror movies start. Not sure many of you remember, but I had a reason to purchase a weapon-mounted light. Tell you the little story here. Always gives me goosebumps when I tell it, but I'll tell it to you anyway. Some of this wood's been so poppy. Papi. So I was out camping with my then girlfriend, who's my now wife. And I guess I'll just let you look at the campfire, since that's kind of campy. We were having a good time. We were walking around the lake and swimming in the lake and stuff. It's getting dark or whatever, and I'm like, you know, it's almost as dark as it is now. Like, you can't see anything. I have to go to the bathroom, you know. Duty calls. I get a flashlight, and I carry my firearm with me. So I have a flashlight in my left hand, and this rifle in my right hand, and I go to the bathroom. I walk maybe like 5 minutes out, put my back to the bush, and I'm doing my thing, and then I hear something like, you know, like something rustling around. My pants are like around my ankles. I figured maybe it was the wind. You know, it's something typical like, oh, just the wind, you know. I had a feeling it wasn't, but I let it alone. I went back to do my business. I hear it again, but it's closer this time. I get up. I was finished by this point, but like I had one hand on a flashlight and then one hand on my firearm, which is, you know, both my hands were important in the situation. So I'm like, shit. Like, I'm just standing there literally with my pants around my ankles. It keeps on getting closer and closer, and I can hear the feet, you know, on the ground, you know. You can hear something like walking closer to you, and you can hear the weight walking, especially like on like forest ground, like it's kind of thumpy, you know. So I figured it must be something big, like a mountain lion. I start backing up, start kind of trying to head towards camp, but I keep on tripping over stuff. Flashlight sort of in my left hand, aiming towards, you know, if it is looking at me, you know, I'm at least blinding it or at least confusing it, like as to, you know, what the hell is this? You know, I've never seen that kind of light. I don't hear anything for a long time, you know. Take the time to pull up my pants or whatever, and as soon as I put the flashlight down to pull up my pants, whatever it was started running full bore towards me. And I was like, whatever the fuck you are, you better not come any closer, you know. And of course, you know, majority of what's out there doesn't speak English, but I didn't care, you know. It was a threat, and, you know, things can universally tell when something's threatening them or being threatened by, you know, like a dog growling at you, like you immediately interpret that as a threat. You can't use Google Translate and translate it to English, but you can be like, okay, this, whatever this is, means business. I start walking back to camp again backwards, not turning my back, because I'm realizing, well, this thing keeps on getting closer and closer to me. Every time I turn my back, you know, it was coming towards me while I was pooping, and it thought I couldn't hear it, I guess, but I could. And then when I turn around, it would stop, kind of thing, and then it, you know, it was inching towards me. And then it felt like, you know, when my pants were being pulled up, like that was the perfect time to strike, I guess. And it would have been, you know, because I wouldn't be able to run away or defend myself in a, you know, an appropriate manner. So I get all the way back to camp, and I tell my wife, I'm like, oh, something's after me. And she starts freaking out, and she's like, what do you mean something's after you? And I'm like, well, something has been chasing me all the way back to camp, and I just heard it again, and I saw movement in the bushes over there. I don't know what it is. I don't know how big it is. You know, and she's freaking out. She's in the tent. And so we start developing a plan. Our plan is to, you know, get to the truck eventually, right? Like, I keep on hearing it get closer and closer to camp. I went out searching for it because I was tired of it threatening the camp, you know. And I wanted to get to sleep, and I wanted to find out what the hell this was so I could get to sleep and then, you know, be done with it. So I walked out there, and I had my flashlight kind of in this little groove here, right here, kind of locked in there. And at one point, I dropped my flashlight. So, you know, you can imagine how frightening that is, because you drop your only means to see, and you know, you're vulnerable at that point. You're going to pick up the flashlight. If it's close enough, it can, you know, try to attack you. So basically, long story short, we never found out what it was. I know it's an anti-climactic ending, but that gave me a reason to get a weapon-mounted light. So I never had to deal with the fact that, you know, I could still carry a flashlight with me, but I always have a light connected directly to my gun. So wherever my gun's pointed, a light's pointed in that direction. So, you know, I don't have to dedicate 2 hands to the situation. Anyway, so I tell you that story. I'm gonna keep an eye out for things now that you know, I kind of had a little bit of fun. I will see you in a little bit. If anything cool happens, I'll let you know. Can you guys see that fox right there? So much for animals not coming around fires. I didn't even get scared that I was walking towards them really. I just kind of moseyed off. Well, now I hate to think about what something bigger would do that wouldn't be as intimidated by me. Just still sitting here. Just got a little dirt on it. As you can see, I don't baby it. Not this one at least. I baby my other one. It's because that's the one I'm saving. But this one is the one I use. Yeah. Maybe don't put your wood right next to the fire. Shit. You know what? There's not much here to prove. I already know I can do this. Once this fire burns down, I'm gonna head back and you can follow me along for the journey. I put a bunch of snow and dirt on it. Good to go. Let's head out. Part of me is hoping that I see something cool, but then another part of me kind of wants to get out of here alive. This is the kind of stuff where you gotta check your back all the time. I'm trying to go the less Pumpkinhead route. If you guys know that movie, give me a thumbs up. That means you're from the 80s. Surprised I haven't fallen yet. This is a huge slope. I don't know if you can tell. But it is slick. I'm always scared that I'm gonna re-injure my leg by like twisting or something doing this kind of stuff. But you gotta live life. Life is for the living. Oh fuck. That was almost it. I'm lost as a motherfucker. On the road. I think I know where I'm at now. I think I am far enough. This is steep shit. Fucking just hurt my leg. And there should be. Can't really see it. There's a truck. Let's get on out of here. Well, sorry that it didn't end up as I planned it. I planned on doing the whole night, but you know, in all honesty, I was getting bored. It got to the point to where I was just used to it out there. It wasn't what I was expecting. The fire didn't even need to be going. I was just keeping it going, the animal reasons, just to make sure they didn't come around. And they came around anyway. So he was cruising around. He wasn't even worried about me. I was following him, as you saw, and he didn't run away all quick. Which is kind of interesting because he came around a fire for one, and there was opposition with like a weird, scary light that he's never seen before, or she's never seen before. Have a good day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. Sorry, my lips are all crazy chapped.